Other interesting political news, you have Nikki Haley's GOP debate highlights from December 6th. Now, this is one of the first clips that she put out, and Nikki Haley said, quote, I took on tough fights. I took on the establishment and Obama and won. We passed one of the toughest anti-illegal immigration bills in the country, and we signed pro-life bills. I've been proud of my conservative record. Join our movement, and let's make Joe Biden a one-term president, unquote. And I got 47,000 views and 684 likes.
I have been a conservative fighter all my life. I was a Tea Party candidate when I became governor. We opposed every single corporate bailout we possibly could. We passed tort reform. We passed one of the toughest illegal immigration laws in the country. We passed pro-life bills. We moved in unemployment from 11% to 3%. We took on the unions, and we took on Obama when it came to the unions, the Syrian refugees, and everything in between. And so I've had a fight. And so as much as Ron says that, that's not true. But when it comes to these corporate people that want to suddenly support us, we'll take it. But I don't ask them what their policies are. They ask me what my policies are. And I tell them what it is. Sometimes they agree with me, sometimes they don't. Some don't like how tough I am on China. Some don't like the fact that I've signed pro-life bills. Some don't like the fact that I may oppose corporate bailouts. That doesn't matter. That's who I am. And that's why the most conservative grassroots group in the country, Americans for Prosperity, endorsed me last week.
All right, interesting statement. Let's see if people actually agree with it. Going to the comments section. One of the first comments is from I Abject, and the person says, you're an embarrassment, and they respond with what looks like to be a clip of Nikki.
For every 30 minutes that someone watches TikTok, every day, they become 17% more anti-Semitic.
What? Where does she get that statistic from? I can't fathom that being true. And again, perhaps, yeah, that's just ridiculous. That got 79 likes, though, and that was one of the top responses thus far. Alex Sulver is another response. He says simply, quote, please withdraw from the race. Fraud, unquote, getting 48 likes. Andrew McPullen says, quote, you're an establishment. How can you take it on? Unquote, getting 60 likes. Snake Eyes says, quote, I've never seen anyone get ratioed as much as Nikki. It's beyond entertaining, unquote. Getting 45 likes. Man, fact check. Technically, Chris Christie, no one gets ratioed better than him. There's actually a phenomenon we coined on the show called the Chris Christie effect, in which he had 0 positive responses to his tweet. It's a phenomenon that has happened twice. I scrolled through the whole responses from his tweet, and there's 2 instances where not a single person said a positive thing back. Which is mathematically impossible, I know, which is why it's so fascinating. But it looks like there's probably 1 or 2 positive statements here for Nikki. I mean, we haven't seen them yet. Let's see if we can find one positive one. Maybe they do exist. Jay Banks says, quote, I took on the establishment. Laughy emoji got 79 likes. Okay, so that's not positive. Donika says, quote, you sound like you're trying to take Netanyahu's place and not Biden's. We should deport you, unquote, getting 26 likes. Carly Atchison says, quote, you're a Democrat, unquote, getting 71 likes. Latoshiha says, quote, the more you talk, the more you actually repel people. Why don't you try Sounds for a Change, unquote, getting 29 likes. Will Harder says, quote, you're essentially a Democrat. You'd get us in to 10 new wars while funding the police state, unquote, getting 73 likes. Saram says, quote, she is an embarrassment. She is a Democrat. She should quit this race. Vivek smoked her out, getting 30 likes. Total Myth today on the Ministry of Truth simply posted a picture of Vivek holding his little, what do you call it, legal pad. It says Nikki equals corrupt. Got 61 likes. Let's see here. Let's see here. Trying to see if there's literally one positive statement. A lot of people saying she's a liar, getting between 2 and 3 likes, saying she's part of the establishment. Let's see here. Isabel Singer says, quote, Boeing Nikki is a war-mongering rhino, getting 2 likes. Going more and more in the comments section. Alan Finch says, quote, you support transgenderism, unquote, getting 4 likes. Let's see. A lot of people noting rgains8806 says, quote, you have lost my vote. Your support of BlackRock and your stance on gays has you done in. Very disappointing, and I will not send another dime. Plus, I'm from South Carolina. I saw some signs recently on things, but I tried to look past. I'm done, unquote. Getting 2 likes. A lot of people saying LOL, Nikki equals corrupt. A lot of people saying she caves to corporate interest every time. See here. A lot of people saying to switch parties, go away. Clown emojis, clown emojis. People saying how she can't reference any of the actual provinces in Ukraine. A lot of people saying she has plans to start World War III. Let's see. This may very well be a Chris Christie effect, folks, where she has not a single positive response. Last Beat Industries simply says name the Ukraine provinces. A lot of people saying Vivek exposed that you're a fraud. A lot of people saying name the Ukraine province because she did freeze like a deer in the headlights when Vivek asked that question, because of course she can't. Let's see here. We're getting to the point where these responses don't even have likes. So far down in the comments section we have been sliding. Show more responses. A lot of people having AI make a picture of, oh, that's horrifying, a compilation or an amalgamation of Nikki Haley and Hillary Clinton. Ugh. And it says Nikki Clinton 2024, proud to be an establishment Democrat endorsed, 11 likes. Let's see here. John Luham says, quote, I would beg to differ as you are being propped up by the rhinos and the left, and past contradicts you claiming to be a conservative, unquote, getting 1 like. That took a couple of minutes, but that's the very bottom of the comics section. And not a single positive response. A mathematical anomaly. She has achieved the Chris Christie effect, which is also a good example of how you can be a winner and loser at the same time. Not a single positive response to her tweet, which is astonishing, though I suppose should not be all too surprising. Now, she did have a couple other highlights. We'll pull up the second one. And this one, thankfully, is much shorter. This comes actually from Americans for Prosperity Action, which obviously endorses and supports her. And they say before the clip, this is a positive vision that will defeat Joe Biden and restore the American dream.
We have to stop the chaos, but you can't defeat Democrat chaos with Republican chaos. And that's what Donald Trump gives us. My approach is different. No drama, no vendettas, no whining. We have to.
Thankfully, that was a lot shorter than it seemed to be. Well, let's see here. Now, going to the comics section. Let's see here. We got 90,000 views and 584 likes. First response comes from Dave LJM. Says, quote, delete your account, unquote, getting 123 likes. Andy Barr says, you're dreaming, unquote, getting 18 likes. Robert J. Salvar says, quote, cut off genitals of children if the parents say it's cool, unquote, getting 60 likes, which is a reference to her saying, oh, the government shouldn't stop that. Todd Freeman says, quote, this is why she is not the person for the job. She only says Iran, China, Russia, war. What about the citizens of the USA? Nothing, unquote, getting 85 likes. Tyler Motes says, quote, but plenty of gaslighting her supporters on transitioning kids, men and women's places, and he good buddies over in China, unquote, getting 23 likes. Based Jazz simply says abort, getting 16 likes. Let's see here. Kodiak Bear says, quote, who actually likes Nikki? Why? I honestly don't I actually want to know what makes her an attractive candidate, unquote, getting 98 likes. Someone by the name of Truth did a response in which they had Vivek photoshopped in terms of holding up the paper that said Nikki was corrupt. They changed it so it says, I'm not a serious person. And that got 31 likes. So, interestingly enough, she did not, again, achieve the Chris Christie effect in which not a single positive response was made into her original tweet. Because this one, it looks, at least this one is one that's against Vivek and not against her, interestingly enough. As I continue to scroll down, a lot of people pejoratively calling out her track record. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. As a youth might say, she was still viscerally ratioed. And, again, I've no idea how this is actually going to help her in the polls. Santa's got Twitter? All right. Well, Santa says, quote, she got absolutely destroyed by Vivek. Laughy emoji. That got 48 likes. And if Santa said it must be true. Anna Macaray also says, then why are Democrats donating money to her? I don't trust her motives. I'm getting 33 likes. So, again, I don't think it's going to help her too much in the polls. She had been increasing, and she is getting a lot of funding, which, again, is a key component to how you win presidential debates, or not just debates, but nominees and winning elections these days. So it'll be interesting to see how do all these actions translate to the polls. Does it actually help her as she has increased over the past couple of months? But it'll be interesting to see what the final effect is after the debate. Or more accurately, after we have some more polls post-debate. Thank you everyone again for taking the time to tune in today. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of December, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment is a great way to give me some feedback. Let me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.